But no, that's I have no complaints about what happened to me. It's part of life. You get here, stuff happens, you leave here. Hopefully, stuff happens on the leaving part. So I'm pretty sure that there's a spot up there for me somewhere, and I'm looking forward to it, but not too soon.
I go to a support group where there's a bunch of different people who care for their husbands or they care for their parents or other various relatives. And it seems like people with Alzheimer's, some of them completely stay in denial that they have Alzheimer's. They don't want anybody to know. Maybe they kind of have an inkling, but they don't want to share that with anybody. Whereas Dave, on the other hand, he could meet a complete stranger and like the first thing out of his mouth is, "Hi, my name is Dave and I have Alzheimer's."
I need your first and last name,
Yeah.
today's date if possible,
Oof.
and
Hang on.
how you'd like to be credited. Yeah.
Get my little note. Okay, I got the date. I have Tuesday, March 18th, 2014. Yeah,
There you go.
that's it.
So could you tell me how tall you are?
Honestly, don't know. I really don't. I really don't. Hey, Dale. Ah. You know, a ruler? What do you need? How tall are you?
It doesn't matter. I just keep asking questions.
I don't know how tall. I don't know. Must be 9 feet. Is it 9 feet? 10 feet? 9, I don't even know. 10 feet? 9 feet probably.
Well, in his case, initially, it wasn't obvious to us what was wrong with him. And we thought he might have Lyme disease. We thought he might have fibromyalgia. We didn't really think he'd have Alzheimer's. And it was a really frustrating process.
The hardest part is just accepting it. Just accepting that accepting that we're his caregivers. In the beginning there were fights because we didn't know that it's our job to take care of him. It's not that it's a bad thing, it's a blessing that all of this is going down, but it was our job to make sure that he didn't burn the house down and he took care of himself and he stayed clean and healthy.
He can't remember how to use the microwave. We got rid of the toaster oven because he almost burned the house down because he couldn't remember how to use it.
But basically, what's happening is there's plaques that are in my head. Okay, so because the plaques are in my head can't make connections with other parts of the brain, and just because of that, I don't know if it's a disorder, but it's certainly a defect, if you will, if you want to call it that.
The worse it gets, the more we realize that every day is so important that we have to learn to be patient.
So until they can get that crap out of my head, or do something else to make it work, or make better connections, I'm gonna die. It's gonna be ugly, because that's what happens when people have this kind of disease.
Because we don't know the day that he's going to wake up and forget everybody's name,
That's the hard part, is not being able to be what I was.
His primary care doctor said he thought he might have Alzheimer's, but we were still blaming it on the Lyme disease. Well, it definitely changes the relationships. I feel like they're kind of more on a surface level. They don't have so much depth because the ability to kind of talk and share at a deeper level is impaired by the condition.
You realize that every day is the best day that they're probably going to have.
I think the most difficult thing is being aware that you're losing your capabilities.
So it was like, that's me. You know, I can do many things. Now I can do, very little things. You know, it's like, what can I try and do to make myself what I am, not what I was, not what I am now. And that's sort of, it hurts me. It just kind of hurts me,
Like one time he said Alzheimer's is a terrible disease because you don't get sick and die, you just kind of go away. And in a way that's, to him, worse.
And then you just sit back and say, what the heck? So it's kind of, it just takes me away from who I was, but I try not to, I know who I am, and I know what I was, I just don't know why.